What's going on, everybody? This is Al from PlayboyGamer.com, and in the last Dynasty video, we played our first bowl game of the Iowa State Dynasty, and we got the close win over Kentucky, 27-24. We had a really good lead on them heading into the fourth quarter, but as you can tell by the box score here, we did not do anything in the fourth, and Kentucky did everything, and they almost came back and beat us. But we prevailed. We finished with a high note, 11-2, an amazing first season for us. We finished sixth in the country. Our two losses were Oklahoma. Maybe we can find a way to beat them one day, but we'll worry about that down the road. But either way, great first season. And today we're going to go through our second off season with Iowa State. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do a lot of recruiting, position changes, all that fun stuff. But before we do that, let's talk about our current roster and see what we need. Let's go over to in-season recruiting. We have 5 commitments: a wide receiver, in-state kid. We got an in-state middle linebacker that has committed. We got a guard, another in-state player that committed. We got a 3-star corner out of Texas and a 3-star defensive tackle, a good base to the class. Now, you look at the overall roster here, we got 51 guys coming back, and that is if nobody leaves early. With 5 commitments, 5 plus 51 gives you 56, 70 minus 56 gives you 14. And according to my notes, I have about 14 spots that I would like to fill. So it always works out magically when you do that kind of math and you just put in a little bit of work in terms of what you need for your roster. However, when it comes to guys wanting to leave early and such, I'm going to let them go. So I know I'm going to end up having to pick a couple more dudes. But let's go look at our current roster before we head into the offseason. And let's start off with quarterback. So according to my notes, I'd like to get 1 or 2 guys. So Rollins is a junior. He's your Heisman winner. I actually expect him to go pro early, which means we're going to need some help. And the only thing we got behind him is Donald Fowler, which I think he's going to be a nice player for us next year. But I wouldn't mind at least getting 1 more quarterback, if not 2, because we got to think about the future. I don't know if either one of these 2 guys will ever help me out. So it's just something for me to think about. But I'd at least like to get 1 quarterback, if not 2. So when it comes to halfback, Tommy Slaughter, great player for us. He's a senior. He is definitely gone. We need help here because if you watched any of the Dynasty, we run a lot of 2-back looks. Like at least 65, 60, 2/3 of the time, we're going with 2 halfbacks. So I need some depth here. And I also need guys who can catch the ball at least a little bit. Like these 2 guys were just ideal for us this year. But again, Slaughter's gone more. Hopefully he'll want to come back. But we're going to try to maybe improve the run game a little bit next year. A lot of that just means need to run the ball a little bit more as well. Either way, I'd like to get 1 or maybe 2 halfbacks because the guys behind them, I just don't know if they're going to help us out much. They're not very fast either. It'd help us if I have some speed here. If we had any type of speed at halfback, we probably would have done even better, but hopefully we can find those types of players. Fullback, we never use them. Don't have to worry about that. Wide receiver, we're good here. We got 6 guys hopefully returning. We got 1 committed, so we can have potentially 7 on the roster, which means depending on how things go with halfback recruiting. So I will say this about halfback recruiting. It really helps you if you run the ball and score a lot of touchdowns with your halfbacks. Well, I kind of done that with Slaughter, but half of it was receiving touchdowns. The other half is rushing touchdowns. So we'll see if there are any halfbacks that still want to come to our school because of our style of play. If that doesn't happen, I may have to go a lot more 3 wide than before, which we did some 3 wide stuff, pretty much out of gun normal. But either way, we got 6 receivers, hopefully another one with the commitment. So we may have 7 on the roster next year. So as of now, I think I'm good at wide receiver, unless there's some stud out there that fits our recruiting restrictions that just absolutely looks the part we would love to get. Tight end, we got 3 dudes here. I think we're fine. We're all 3 freshmen. Maybe one may want to go transfer out, which is quite possible. We'll see. But either way, I'm excited about this group. I wouldn't mind finding maybe another receiving tight end, but that's not the most important thing. I mean, when Neal's coming back, he had a great freshman year for us, but I think we're kind of okay at tight end recruiting. So our tackles, we got 2 guys leaving, but they're not starters. You look down here, our best senior is a backup, and one of the worst guys in the room is this guy right here, another senior. So I don't know. I think we're fine at tackle. I mean, we'll have 5 guys coming back, and that should be more than enough. But if I can find a really good 3 or 4-star guy that's in our home state, of course, that can block and do, what we need to do, I'll probably go get him. But guard, we need a little bit more help. As you can see here, we got 2 seniors and 3 juniors. But the fun thing is we don't have any starters that are seniors. So our entire offensive line, starter-wise, should be back. But we got these 2 seniors right here that will be gone. We need some depth. It's possible I may have to move a tackle over the guard. But otherwise, we did get a commitment here, which is helpful, but I wouldn't mind finding like one more guard. I think that would be great. Center, we're good here, I think. We got a true freshman center. He started every game this year, and we got a senior behind him. He's gone, and we got a junior that we had to redshirt just for depth purposes. I do have in my notes, I'd like to get one center. Defensive end, so we run a 5-2. I need speed here at defensive end, and I don't actually need to bring any linebackers down. I don't need that much size there because we go, 5-2 a lot. But we got 3 seniors gone. Johnson's gone. Murphy's gone. These 2 guys were very productive for us this year. And we got Sullivan gone, which I don't know if this guy ever took a snap this season. But we need some depth. We're only going to have 3 guys coming back. I'd like to get about 2 more. That would be great. Defensive tackle, we got 1 committed, and all of these guys should come back. That means we would have 6 defensive tackles, and we need them because, again, we run 3 defensive tackles quite a bit. Outside linebacker, we only need 1 guy. Well, technically, we don't need a lot of depth here. We need like 3 at the most. Well, we got 5. One of them's leaving, and that's Dustin Holmes. He will surely be missed. But I would like to have a little bit of depth here. But good thing is we got a sophomore and a freshman that are redshirting. One of them guys is going to compete for that spot, or is going to win it. We'll see which one that does. I think we're okay here on outside linebacker. I may have to move. We got a really thicker outside linebacker that could play defensive end. It looks like we don't. They're all pretty undersized, except for Holmes. He would have been a perfect defensive end, but he's gone. Middle linebacker, Broussard. It would not shock me if he left early, but we only need 1 middle linebacker on the field at all times, so we don't need a ton of depth here. But as you see here, we got a junior right behind him. I had to redshirt him because I was expecting Broussard to leave. We'll see. We may get lucky with that. And Sanders may actually play outside linebacker. Anyway, I wouldn't mind finding 1 more middle linebacker. That would be ideal. The thing is, we got a commitment from a middle linebacker, so we're actually okay there. I did actually mark it off at the end, but middle linebackers are very valuable. We'll see. Corner, this is a big need for us. We only got 2 guys coming back. Weber's gone, and Thomas is gone, and Thomas didn't play much at all. But we need a lot of depth here because we run a lot of nickel. I'll even run some dime if I have it. But the biggest thing I need is speed. We run a ton of man. I need my defenders chasing dudes around all over the field. So hopefully we can find that speed. The good thing is we did pick up a commitment from a cornerback who's got a lot of speed. So hopefully we maybe get 2 more just like him. Free safety, this is another position of need. Nicholas Thomas is gone. He was a good free safety for us, and we have nothing behind him but a true freshman that I don't know is going to cut it. Look how slow he is. We need speed everywhere. And besides, both of my safeties, I flipped my plays around a lot, so these guys are in coverage quite a bit defending somebody. So we need a lot of help there. I'd like to get 2 good ones. Strong safety, this is another position of need more or less. Jermaine Richardson, he was really good for us this year because Smiley got hurt. The good thing is Smiley will be back, so I'm okay there, but I wouldn't mind finding 1 more because we don't have any depth behind him. We got this redshirt junior that doesn't look the part, but anybody we can get somebody like that right there. Tall, but super fast more than anything else. That's what we need. So hopefully we can find another strong safety. Kicker, we only got 1. I'd like to find a better one. That's obvious. And we got 2 punters, so it's possible I may have to convert this guy to kicker if we can't find a better one. We will see. So all that rounded up together, that should give you about 14 to 15 spots that I want to fill. Before we head into the offseason, just want to point out program standards. It's in great shape. The NCAA is not on us at all, and we had plenty of points left. I'm still probably going to keep that maybe around 20%. We're going to have a lot of points to play with because we won a lot of ball games. So speaking of points, let's go ahead and get started in the offseason. I want to advance the offseason, and we're going to start off with school budgets. We're going to go offseason schedule, school budgets, and I'm going to keep discipline at 20. And since I don't really count how many starters you need per se, but 40 and 40 is pretty good. We got a lot of good dudes coming back as well. 15, that's actually just a little bit of a normal size class. If you think about it, you got 70 players on your team, you divide that by 4, that gives you roughly, like 16 to 17 players per average class. So I think I'm okay with keeping things at 40, 40, and 20. So we're going to move on to players leaving. Now, this should be really interesting because of my rule is I'm going to let anybody who's not 100% all in, I'm going to let them go. If you want to transfer out, anything like that. So perfect example, Luke Martin. He's thinking about going pro. I'm not even going to take a chance on it. I think it makes the Dynasty a little more difficult if you just let these guys leave. And oddly enough, he's going to be gone. And our starting left tackle, Jake Parker, is going to be gone. So I got to start thinking about tackles. I think we're okay there, numbers-wise, but I still kind of need to keep that in mind. The good thing is I don't see Rollins on here anywhere. Do you? John Rollins, the Heisman Trophy winner, looks like he's going to come back, which means I don't have to worry about quarterbacks. I may just get one. I still wouldn't mind finding one. Wide receiver, I need to write that down. I may need to put down one more. We'll see. Either way, I'm okay with all this, and I think this is really cool. All right, so let's head into the offseason. Let's do some serious recruiting. Well, this is interesting. It's been a while since I've seen this. We have somebody that wants to transfer to our program. I want to look at what this guy looks like. So this is a cornerback. We know we need help at corner. And look at that, 95 speed. Look how tall he is. This is the ideal cornerback for me, especially on the speed side of things. And he's just a sophomore. We would have 3 years, or at least 2 years to play with that guy. And I could redshirt him as well. Perfect scenario for a transfer at a position of need. So you best believe it, we are going to accept that transfer. Really nice. Really excited about him. So we got that transfer. We got to wait a year for him to actually play. We know Martin is gone, our wide receiver. I think we're going to be okay there. We did lose our left tackle. Hopefully we can replace him, and I think we're going to be fine there. But let's head into some recruiting. So here we are, Iowa. You know, my recruiting restriction, my one simple rule is the only 4- and 5-star kids I can go after is in the state of Iowa. But I do want to check out my pipeline. So we turned Illinois into a pipeline. Yes, it needs to be a pipeline. It produces a lot of talent. If for whatever reason, Texas and Florida, if we lose those pipelines, I'm still going to go after them. If for whatever reason we lose those two, I'm going to probably just bypass the South and probably go up and recruit Michigan. It's right there, or that's not Michigan. Michigan's right there. Either way, I've thought about doing something like that. We'll see how that goes. But either way, I want to keep Texas and Florida if possible, and thankfully they are still pipelines. But what I want to do first is go up to Iowa, and let's go to Iowa prospect. Actually, let's just do interested prospects. It'll be easier that way. So we got a bunch of 5-star kids interested in us. The problem is we got a restriction where we're only going to recruit the Iowa kids who are that of caliber. So let's start off. Let's go over to athlete, and we got a bunch of 4-stars. Let me see if any of them are from Iowa. They are not, unfortunately. Let's go down to the 3 stars. When in doubt, take a chance on the athletes. That's for sure. So no 4-star Iowa kids that are athletes. We got some 3 stars though. We got an Oklahoma, Missouri, and Texas. Let me look at these 3. So we got a JUCO sophomore, 4.2, A+ hands. Is he a receiver? More than likely, it could be a halfback. Here's the thing with halfbacks. I need to go and check this out. So this is my problem. This was what worried me. Not a single halfback is interested in our program. Is that because we threw too much, or is our halfback group already filled up? As you can tell, it's already filled up, so maybe that's the problem. That's why I don't mind taking a chance on one of these athletes could possibly play in halfback for us. So I'm going to go back. Oklahoma, that's not too far from us. I'm going to go ahead and scout this kid. 4.35. If he could play any halfback at all, he'd be a perfect fit there. Here we got Missouri kid, Chris Morrow. That's really close to us. 6'3", 236 pounds. He looks more like a linebacker of some sort, but I'm still going to scout him. Again, always take a chance on these athletes. You just never know. And look at this kid. Out of Texas, pipeline, 6'6", 180 pounds. He looks like a wide receiver through and through. A+ hands, 4.39. Let's hit yes. And again, that's 3 stars. So that fits under my restriction. So we'll just go after those 3. We'll just scout them for now. Quarterback. Well, this is good. We got a bunch of quarterbacks that are interested. One of the things that may be a little bit easier for me is actually, let's go to state prospects. And let me just get this out of the way. So as you can see here, we got 1 5-star tackle and the rest are 2 stars. So we know that any 4 and 5-star kid that's in the state is not going to be interested in us. So that'll make things a little bit easier when I come back up here and we go to quarterback. I'm not going to have to waste my time looking at these guys because, again, if it doesn't fit my restrictions. So let's look at some of these 3 stars. I wouldn't mind finding one dude somewhere that can really throw it. We know Rollins really helped us out in escaping, avoiding sacks and such. I may have to find somebody who can run a little bit, but like this kid right here, Cliff Edwards out of Florida, that's a pipeline. I'm going to scout him. Look at that arm, A and A-. He'll be a good fit for us. Yes, he's not very fast, but I need somebody who can throw more than anything else. Sean Eaton out of Texas. This guy looks more like a dual threat, B+, C+. I probably won't go after him, but I needed to scout him just to check. Here's Illinois. That's a pipeline. Reggie Williams, look at that size, 6'5", 204. Scout him. Ah, man. If his accuracy was a little bit better, I'd be all over that cat. But again, we need somebody who can really throw because we run a West Coast offense. Tom Coker out of Colorado. I'm going to take a chance on him. Let's say A and C+, not all that great. Then we got Scott People, 6'2", 232. A+, A-. That's not bad. Out of Washington. I know that's kind of far out, but I'm still willing to take the chance there. And how many more 3-stars we got? A ton of 3-stars left. A bunch more. How many points we got? We got 172. We're okay. Here's a kid out of Pennsylvania. Let me scout him. A+, B+. That would be a good pickup for us. Let me look at this kid out of Georgia. I don't mind taking a chance on him. A and A-. Yep. What about Alabama? Here's another kid. A, C+. That's all right. Then we got a kid out of Wisconsin. That's not too far from us. A and C. And that's all the 3-stars. So at least we scouted them. I'm not ready to put a scholarship on any of them yet. I usually wait and do scholarships in the second week unless I got points named listed over. So there's no halfback interested. That's unfortunate. Hopefully one of those halfbacks or the athletes can help us out. Here's some wide receivers. So we know none of these are Iowa kids. Let's go down to the 3-star. There are a ton of 3-stars. So maybe here, let's see. Here's out of New Jersey. Let me go Oregon. Let me find the ones that are at least close or a pipeline. So here's a Texas kid. Let me see. A+, 435. Definitely going to take a chance on him. Michigan. I'm going to look at this kid. A+ hands, 437. Jim Hawley would definitely go after him. Oklahoma, that's really close. A+, 448. I'm not too worried about speed with the wide receivers. I just need somebody who can really catch. Michigan 3-star kid, 6'7", 184. I'd take him just for his height alone. Another Michigan kid, B+. Let's see. Texas, definitely take a chance on him, B+. And here's an Alabama kid, Colorado. Let me look at this Colorado kid. Got to be careful with the points. I'm already down to 100. So B+ on the hands. And I think I may stay there. Look at all these 3-stars. I don't have enough points to go after them. And none of those are even in-state kids. Like, here's a couple of Texas kids. I got to move on. I mean, again, I'd love to check them out. But here's some 3-star tight ends. Louisiana, Illinois. Let me check out this Illinois kid out of tight end, A-, 469. We don't need them, but it's worth thinking about. But I'm not going to put a scholarship on them yet. Let's look at these tackles. So none of these are Iowa kids. We got some of these, though. I wouldn't mind finding one tackle because we just lost our starting left tackle. Here's an Illinois kid. I need somebody who's really smart. That's a good one because we do a lot of pass protection and whatnot, so I wouldn't mind going after him. Here's a couple more Illinois kids. Another Illinois kid, 6'7", 315. A- for this kid, 6'2", 284. Ohio, Florida. Here's another Florida. Let me check out. He's really small. I'm running out of points, so I got to move on. Guards more important. Look at all these 3-stars. Man. Alabama, let's be selective here. Here's a Florida kid. 6'4", 292. Kansas. Kansas is like right there. Let me just go ahead and look at it. That's not a bad one either. Illinois. We'll do that. I think I may leave it there for now. Again, I'm about to run out of points. So center, we got these two guys right here. California and Ohio. This kid may have a chance. Let me scout him. A-. I definitely need good awareness there to avoid high snaps. Defensive ends, really important. Have to come down here. Connecticut, Texas. Are you fast? 4'6". I'm actually going to put a scholarship on this kid. I'm going to do that right now. Just get that out of the way. That way I don't have to go search for him later. Florida, 4'7", not very fast. Oklahoma, that's super close. 4'8", though. New Jersey, just a ton more 3-star. Let's say Georgia, Texas. I'm not really up for the JUCO kid. Defensive tackle, we're kind of okay here. Here's a 3-star out of Idaho. But you look here, we got plenty of bodies there. We got 6 guys, so we can move on. We're good at outside linebacker. I don't need somebody from Canada. Middle linebacker, I wouldn't mind finding one. So here's a Ohio and a North Dakota kid. If one of these are fast, I wouldn't mind going after them, but that's not a big need at the moment. Corner is a much bigger need. We did pick up that transfer, which is nice, but I got to find another speedster. So here's a kid out of Florida. That's a pipeline. I'm going to recruit him. 4'39", Ohio. Let me look at this Missouri kid. 4'29". That's more like it right there. Would love to go after that kid. Really small, but that's okay. Ohio, 4'16", or 4'31". That's still okay. Michigan, JUCO, 4'29". Here's a kid out of Pennsylvania. Another Florida kid. I'm down to 14 points, 426. That's really good. All right, free safety. Got to be really selective here. I'm going to have to do some scouting in the second week. Colorado, Texas, California. Let's look at this Texas kid. 439. Ugh. Strong safety. I wouldn't mind going after one. We got a Texas, Illinois, Montana. I need to look at kickers. Let me look at these three. So here's one out of Utah, South Dakota, New Jersey. That's a good one right there. I would go after that kid in a heartbeat. And we only got 2 points left. So it's like, where do you go? I can't scouting costs 6 points across the board. So I got 2 points. So what I can do is go ahead and put a scholarship on somebody that I know I really want to go after. Like go to these athletes, like 435. Let me see, the kid out of Texas or this kid right here, JUCO. I think this guy's a future halfback. I'm gonna go ahead and put a scholarship on him just so I can use up those points. So I just don't need to forget. I got to go back and do a little more scouting before we do the rest of our week 2 stuff. But we'll do program prestige for now. All right, that is it for the first week. It was really quick. We just done mostly scouting, but we're going to move on to the next week. We did not get any commitments in week 1. You usually don't, so we're going to move on. First thing I want to do is I actually want to go back to interested prospects. So we got to scout a few other players first. Let me go back to corner and just see if I'm missing anything. I'm going to go down here. Go down at these 3-stars. So there's several kids I got upset that I didn't even go after them. Like here's an Ohio kid I want to scout. 437. What about these dudes right here? 429 out of Pennsylvania, Michigan, JUCO kid. So this kid right here I think is worth going after. He's a pipeline kid, 426. I need the speed. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a scholarship on him. And we got a positive pitch. Nice. So that made a whole lot of sense to go after him. Was there anybody else that we looked at? Let me just go back here really quickly. We scouted this kid, Trevor Mitchell out of Ohio. Let's see. Let me go back to the very top right here. So here's another positive pitch. Laren Tatum, 439 though. Should I go after him? That's not a lot of speed. I need more speed than that. But let's keep looking. I think that's it, if I'm not mistaken. We're going after Daniel Bridges. That's the one we just looked at. That's good. And I think that's it there. Let me go to free safety. We got to look at those other kickers too, and then we're going to switch back around. So here are these free safeties we were looking at. I think the one that we scouted was this kid out of Texas, 439. I really want this kid. He's not very smart. Let me see here. Let me keep going down. Kid out of Oregon, Colorado, 46, 46, 439. Like this kid right here would be ideal out of South Carolina. Let me just scout him. 439 A+ compared to 439 C-. But it looks like we got a better chance at this kid. I'm a little worried about the awareness. I'm not going to lie. But 439 is very fast. I don't know if this kid will have a chance at it just because he lives in South Carolina. But this kid out of Texas, he's a pipeline. Let me just go ahead and put a scholarship on him. I'm going to do location. Okay. Strong safety. I wouldn't mind finding one of these 3. So we got this kid out of Texas. We didn't scout any of these 3. Let me scout all 3. And let me look at all 3. So we got a 448 JUCO kid. We got a 441B Illinois. We got a 446 A-. We'll definitely go after the Illinois kid. I think that makes the most sense. 6'5", 194. Sean Collier. Yes. Let me just go ahead and do let's just do program prestige. That's fine. Okay. So we're going after one of those. So what about one of these kickers? Let me scout these other 2 just to be safe. A-, B+, A, B+ out of South Dakota, and here's one out of Utah. Look at that. We're at the very top of his list. Are we lucky? Positive pitch, baby. Nice. This is our future kicker for the next 4 years. I just got to scout him. I got to give him a scholarship for now. We'll bump up his numbers later. So that's good, and we didn't need a punter. So now let's go back to athlete. We was going after one of these 3. This kid right, let me just look here. Wow, look at this kid out of Missouri. 6'3", 236, A-. We got a chance of getting him. Let me just go do that for now. And here's his Rice kid, Jeremy Rice, 433 A+. Like this kid just needs to be recruited. Would love to go after him. He looks like a future star wide receiver. So I'm going to go after all 3. Quarterback, let's go find one that I really like. And maybe we got a positive pitch on one of them just due to that scouting alone. So let me go up here. So we went after this kid, A-. We scouted him. No positive pitch. Let me go to the next one. BC+. That'll be a no for him. AC+. I would love to, but I need a better arm. AC+, A+, A- for the kid out of Washington. There you go. I'm going to go ahead and put a scholarship on him. That worked out great. I just need a good arm. A plus, B plus is another good one out of Pennsylvania. Nope. Georgia. Yes. 6'4", 210, A minus, 488. Let's go ahead and put a scholarship on him. So those are the two quarterbacks we'll go after. As long as I get one of them, I'll be happy. Halfback, we didn't have one. Let's say fullback, receiver. We went down here. I just need somebody who can catch. I don't need many. I just need one. So we'll come back down here and let's go look at the ones that we did scout. Like this kid right here, 4.35, A plus, out of Texas. No positive pitch though. What about this kid, Jim Hawley? A plus hands, top of his list, but not a positive pitch yet. Nicholas Butler, wide receiver, A plus hands, not a positive pitch. Now B plus for this kid. Nope. What about this kid? And I'm just looking for that positive pitch, like this kid's right here. 6'4", 180, B plus hands. I'm going to go ahead and go after him because I know we can get him just to have some bodies there. But I'm going to go after one more, and I'm going to go after the best-looking 3-star kid we saw, which is one of these. Let me see here. I didn't even go after those guys. Like this kid out of here, 6'2", 200, A plus hands, right at the top of his list. I think we can get this kid. We just need to find out what pitch he's into. So I'm going to go ahead and put one on Kyle Ford. And remember, we already got one committed. So these tight ends, we were looking at some of these. I think I only scouted one of them, and I needed some speed here, and it was this kid right here, 4.69, A minus, no positive pitch. I'm okay if we don't get one this go-round. I just don't think we need one. Here's a kid out of Massachusetts, so look at that, 4.54. Look at that. Gosh, that kid looks pretty decent. But again, I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to put one on him yet. Let's look at these tackles. How many points I got? I got plenty of points. And I got 7 scholarships. Which ones did we scout? We looked at this Illinois tackle, 6'8", 290. Not a positive pitch there. What about this kid? Nope. Was that it for? Those are the only ones I looked at, wasn't it? So let me go back up here. Let's go and put a scholarship on one of them. Matt McKenzie. 485, 655, 460, 680. Kind of pick and choose which one you want there. Then we got this kid right here. Did we have another one? I thought there was one down here we looked at. Maybe there wasn't. Maybe I missed him. All right, so I'll go after one of these two. We'll put a scholarship on one of them. So which one do you go after? The one with the most squat that's not as smart, but both of them are pretty smart. So I think we'll be fine either way. I think we'll go after this one. I'm going to put a scholarship on him. Guard, we looked at some of these. Let me go down to the 3-star. Let me just see which ones we scouted. Like this kid right here, 6'4", 292, no positive pitch. No positive pitch. Let's see. I'm surprised we got positive pitches as early as we did. So let me go back to the very top. You go right here, 6'4", 292, 665, or you get this kid right here. This kid's ideal. 715 on the squat. I need guys who can push some dudes around. And he's smart to boot. I think that's the one I want to go after. And according to my notes, I'd like to at least get one. So I think I'll put a scholarship on him for now. Let me just check this kid. 695 on the squat's really good too. And we need help at this position. Let me go ahead and just do location for him. Now, I got to be mindful of I only got 4 scholarships left. I wasn't impressed with none of these centers. Defensive end, let me see here. I thought we went after that one. Did we scout anybody else? Like, we need some speed here. 478, 482. 3-star New Jersey, Georgia, Texas, JUCO kid. I may have to scout him. 465. I may have to go after him. I'll just do program prestige for now. That'll be the only one. Defensive tackle, we're good there. Outside linebacker, good there. Middle linebacker, we're also good here. Let me go straight to corner. And then we got to do some week 2 scouting as well. Is there anybody else that I missed? Let's see. Look at this positive pitch. Florida kid. But, we've already done this, haven't we? I've already missed it. My bad. I've already went after a couple of them. Yeah, I went after this cornerback. That's right. So it comes down if I want to go after, not him. I think it's this one right here. No, which one is it? Maybe this kid right here. So do I want to go after this kid? 439. That's fast. I would like to find something a little faster, but I got to be mindful. I just can't get the fastest dudes in the world here either. But I need some help. I need bodies here because I'd love to run some dime if possible. So let's just go ahead and put a scholarship on him. So we've already went through the free safeties. I think I've put a scholarship on one of them down here. Forgive me, I'm used to scouting all this in the first week and not the second week. So I've done that, we've done that. All right, guys, so what we got next is we're going to go over to all prospects, and then we're going to check out which 3-star and below or which in-state guy, which is probably need to do this now. Let's go to state prospects. So the only legit big-time player in our state that's a 4 or 5 stars is tackle, and his interest level did not change at all with me not going after him. So it's all 3-star the rest of the way, okay? So kind of keep that in mind. So let's go look at a bunch of 3-stars, and I'm going to go to athlete. I'm going to speed this up, make it a little quicker. Let's go down to the 3-star, and let's see who got upset that I did not recruit them. Like, there's those 3-star right here out of California, JUCO kid. 439, oh gosh, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of getting JUCO kids. What about this 3-star kid out of Tennessee? 488, 6'5", 268. I honestly don't know what he could. Is that a lineman? That's a weird, I don't know. I'm going to bypass that one. Here's a kid out of Texas. I don't mind taking a chance on him. Looks like he is a quarterback. I'll scout him. Yeah, his arm didn't change at all. Would be a great little dual threat player, but we don't really need that. Let's keep going. Here's a 3-star kid out of Wyoming. Let me just scout him. 4.56, A-, hands. I'm going to put his name down. He'll be the first one we'll put the name down. So we're going to go athlete, Kyle Little. Always write these down so you get ready for the next week and see if they changed or not. Now we're down to the 2-star. Let's go to quarterback. We're already going after a couple here. Look, so it looks like we got a couple 3-star here. Kid out of California, A+B, not bad. Here's a kid out of Texas, BP+. Which one's more important? This guy or this guy? I don't know. They're both kind of like the same. One's a little weak in the strength, a little bit better in accuracy. The other one's the vice other way around. I think I'm going to put down this quarterback just because he's a pipeline kid. So let's go QB, Daryl Young. Anybody else? Here's another 3-star kid out of Louisiana. I'm going to guess that his arm is not good enough. Is that pass accuracy going to go from a D+ to a B+? I'm going to guess no, so I'm not going to bother. No offense to him. Here's a couple more 3-star kids. Here's a kid out of Florida. That's a pipeline. Let's see. Nope, accuracy did not change at all. And this kid's got D- accuracy. I'm not going to bother. All right, halfback. Do we have anybody interested? Did anybody get upset that I didn't recruit him? Not a soul. Hey, well, here's a 3-star kid, JUCO. Hey, and he's a local, or he's a pipeline kid. Look at that, 441 A-, please. By all means, come to our school. You could probably start day 1. Mays, definitely put that name down. And that's it for the halfback. Fullback, no. Wide receiver, look at all these 4- and 5-star kids that want to come. That's what happens when you throw the ball a lot. So what about this kid right here out of North Carolina? I can take a chance. Let's just see. 4.35 B+. And again, I don't need a lot of help here. Wide receiver. Here's a kid out of California. Let me just look. A+4. I'm going to write his name down just because his hands are so good. That's what I care about more than anything. I just need somebody who can catch. The rest of it's gravy. Gray Hayes. Here's another 3-star kid, A+ out of Colorado. That's not super far. Yeah, I'll take him. Let's write his name down, R. Fuller. Until we get one to commit to replace Martin. Let's see. Here's another 3-star kid, 71 points. I've still got plenty to go. Kid out another one out of California. I know that's kind of far out, but I need skill guys. Wide receiver, I'm going to put his name down, E. Mitchell. Keep on going. Here's another 3-star out of California. A-. I'm going to let that one go. Look at all these 3-star kids. Golly. Here's another. Last one out of West Virginia. Is he the next Randy Moss? 4.52 A+. I'm going to put his name down. For those of you who not know, that's where Randy Moss is from. Marcus Simmons. Alrighty. Again, I need good hands. Tight end, I only looked at one kid. Let's say here's a 3-star kid out of Maryland. Hands are at a D initially. We've already looked at those. Was it one of these? I forgot which one I scouted. I don't remember which one. Again, this isn't a big need for us. Tackle, 4-star kids. Let's see. Here's a 3-star right here. Indiana. That's not too far. 485, 670. I'll put the name down. You just never know. T. Jackson. if I can spell. Here's another one out of West Virginia. He's kind of small. I'm not going to bother with that one. Washington, that's pretty far out, even though he's humongous. Here's a California. Here's a Texas kid. Let me scout him. 640, 470. He's really not strong. I'm going to back off on that one. Here, we got plenty more to go. We got 41 points. Got to be careful. I'm not really interested in getting a JUCO at the moment. So let's just move on. Guard, this is more important. We need more help here. Look at all these 4 stars. Golly. Let's see. Nope, that one we already looked at. That one we already looked at. Here's one out of Ohio. That's not too far. 705, but yeah, this guy looks the part. I'm going to go ahead and put him down. McGill. And you go and look here. When it comes to guards, we got 1 committed, and we got 4 total, but one by having 5 on the roster. Let's go to straight to center. Here's a 3-star center out of Michigan. If he's got great awareness, and he does, I'm going to take a chance on him. Let's just go ahead and put his name down. I would love to turn this into a pipeline. It's not too far from us. Here's a couple of more 3-star Louisiana. Here's an Oklahoma kid. A+. I'm going to put his name down. I need to check how many points I got left. I got 23. I'm getting close. So let's go down here. Defensive end's kind of important. Here's a 3-star out of California. 488. That's not very fast. I need some speed here. 463 out of Louisiana. I'm putting his name down. 469. That's good enough. I'm down to 11 points. Got to be careful. I may have to do more of this in the next week. Just a lot of guys are interested. We're good at defensive tackle. We're good here. We're good there. Corner was more of a need. Let me look at corners. We got 2, 4. This is still a big need for us. Like look at these 2 3-stars. Arizona JUCO, and here's an Oklahoma kid. 429. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's go little macho man Randy Savage there. Gutierrez. I'm not going to try to spell his name correctly, but we got his name down. Here's another 3-star kid. We're down to 5. Okay, let's be selective here. Let me go to free safety. Let me see here. We need to check here. This is more important. Oh, we got 5 points left. Oh, I can't scout. All right, so I got to remember, the next week, we're going to go to free safety, then look at kicker, and then we'll do the rest of our recruiting. So let me go out. Let me unfree or slow this down. There we go. Let's go back to our current targets. And I need to max out somebody who's got a positive pitch, like this kid right here. We're going to max out the kicker. And we need to find a positive pitch that we can max out as best we can. Like this one right here, we'll go 4 points for the corner. And we're down to 2 points. Can we put that on anybody? We got 1 point. It'll have to be a local kid. So I don't know if we'll be able to. So we may have to sacrifice that point, which is no big deal. I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. So I'm okay with sacrificing that point. It's not a big deal. All right, let's move on to the next week. We got our first off-season commitment. Sam Dodd, the free safety, 3-star kid out of Texas. He's the one that's got 4.39. He's not the smartest in the world, but I need speed more than anything else. So I'm happy to have him. So that means we are good with free safety. Actually, I wouldn't mind getting one more. So let's go on to current targets. Let's take off anybody who committed elsewhere. Guard going to Kansas, and a strong safety. There's that Collier kid that left. I kind of wanted him. And that is it for those. So let's go back up to the very top. And I don't see a lot of positive positive arrows. Let's see. Let's go to the very top. So the kicker, we just need him to commit. I'm going to go ahead and put 8 on him for now. We're going to do 8 for this kid, the guard. That's good. Positive pitch. Here's a positive pitch. We'll do 8 for now. We need to figure out what this guy's into. He's a 3-star kid. Location's always good for those. Wide receiver, same thing. I'm going to do 8 for him since we got a positive pitch. We'll do 8 for now for him. Quarterback, Scott Peoples, A+, A-, the kid out of Washington. 4.88. He's got a stocky build. He's kind of like a Tim Tebow type, but just not as fast. But I like what I'm seeing there. But we got a positive pitch. That's huge. Let's keep going. I'm going to do location for this kid. Athlete. And I don't know if we'll get this kid. Looks like he's going to Texas A&M, but we can try still. We need some help there, though. I'm going to go location for now until we figure out what he likes. We got a positive pitch for this corner, which is great. Tackle. We need to know what he's into. We can do coach prestige next. Quarterback, Mark Dean, we got a positive pitch. I'm going to have both of them. I might as well. All it takes is for a couple quarterbacks to go down and you're in a world of hurt. Let's do Coach Prestige for this kid. Another athlete, positive pitch. That's good. Chris Morrow. And that is it for those. So you look here, we got 4 spots or 4 scholarships to give out. We got to put them somewhere. But what I got to go do is go back to all prospects. I need to check out my free safety situation. Let's see. So I got one committed. I'd like to get one more dude. That would be nice. Can I go back to free safety here? And let me go down to, let me speed this up. Let me go down to the 3 stars and see if there's anybody else I can look at. My kid out of Texas, let me scout him. He's smart. I just wish he was a little faster. Here's a 3-star kid out of California, 448. I'd rather get the Texas kid, to be honest. Here's a 3-star kid out of Ohio, 441. There we go. That's more like it. I'm going to put his name down. I know he's a he's a JUCO, and we'll only have him for barely 2 years. Oh my gosh. Let's put the name down anyways. Free safety, S. Jones. And that's it for those. I need to go over to strong safety. You see here, we got 2 on the roster. I'd like to go get one more to like red shirt later on. Like here's a 3-star kid out of Kentucky. If I don't do it, there we go. 443A. Look at that, Ryan Weber. Definitely put his name down. Would love to have him. Maybe he'll put us in his top 5 next week. And here's the last 3-star out of Mississippi. I'm going to at least take a chance. 446 A+. That's strong. That's actually fast enough for me. Let me go Kyle Tyler. And let me look at the kickers. I know we got one that's, hopefully that'll commit. Here's a JUCO. I'm not too excited about that. So I think we're good there. So we are done with all of this. So what we got to do is go back and find these remaining week 2 guys that we recruited and see if any of them have us in their top 5. So let me go back to interested prospects. Athlete, starting off, is there a Little on here? He should be down here somewhere. There he is, Kyle Little. So A- hands, 4.56, 6.1206. We got a positive pitch. That's awesome. I'm going to go ahead and put 8 points on him. So there's him right there. I'm going to just put a check right there. We got a quarterback that we looked at. Young is his last name. 3-star kid. There he is. Daryl Young, BB+. Should I put a scholarship? I'm going to wait. We already got 2 guys I think we're going to commit, so I'm not going to put a scholarship on him just yet. But what about that halfback? There he is. Mays, please commit to my school. Please. I'll do anything for it. We need you in the worst way. I know you're a JUCO kid, but you could start for us day 1. We need you in the worst way. All right. Wide receiver. We got several on here. Starting off, we got a Hayes, Fuller, Mitchell, and Simmons. Hayes, Fuller, Mitchell. I'm not seeing any of them on here unless there's Hayes right there. Graham Hayes, A+, 441. If you go back and look, so one of our problems is defensive end. We're going after 2 there. I'm being selective with my scholarship. So you look at wide receiver, we already got 1 committed. We got 6 in the fold. Already got 2 scholarships. So I'm just going to wait on doing anything for receiver just now. Okay. Tight end, we're good. Tackle, we got 4 committed where we're going after 1. Let me look. We got one as Jackson's his last name. T. Jackson. I'm not seeing him on there. Let's move to guard. You look at guard. We got 3 commit. We got 4 total. We got 1 that we're going after. I put 1 on this list. His name is McGill. He's a 3-star, like all these are. There he is, McGill. And look at that strength. That kid's a beast. He's a monster. I'm going to go ahead and put a scholarship on him. That's more important than some other positions at the moment. Defensive end, I want to take a chance on Logan is his last name. Is he on here anywhere? I think I got 1 scholarship left. I'm not seeing him anywhere. I don't see him anywhere. Okay, maybe next week he'll pop up. There is another cornerback. We know corner's still a big need for us. As you can tell, we only got 3 on the roster. We're going after 2 more. I know we got that 1 transfer, but he's got to sit out a year. We are looking at Gutierrez. There he is. There's the little 3-star kid out of Oklahoma, 4.29. Yes, positive pitch, baby. Put some points on that cat. Nice. Huge need for us. Now, free safety, we had Jones. Let me go back and just make sure here. We've got one committed. We got two. Jones will be a nice third option. S. Jones. Is he anywhere? Do you see him anywhere? I don't see him anywhere. I would like to get him to commit, get him on the list in general. Strong safety, we got two of them on here. I wouldn't mind getting one. As you can see here, we got two committed, but they're both upperclassmen. Let's see. It is Weber and Tyler. They are not on there. Maybe next week, hopefully. And we're already going after the one kicker. So what we got left is a bunch of points to dump on our positive pitch dudes. Like, I'm going to do 16 for this guy. I'm trying to spread these out as best I can. Let's do 16 for him. We're going to do 16 for him. And if I have any more left over, I could dump 30 on somebody. It looks like we're not going to have that. I'm going to do 16 for him. 16 for him. I have a feeling we're going to get a bunch of commitments really soon. We can't do any more than that. There we go. We're going to do 16 there. And now we're down to 2 points. I can't do any more than that. So let's just go back up to the very top and put it on somebody. We got 2 total points. Let me just see. We could dump it on this guard. I'm okay with that. Let's do that. So we're down to 0 points. That worked out pretty good. All right. Let's move on to the next week. And what did I just say? Look at all these commitments. Cornerback, 3-star kid out of Florida, Daniel Bridges. We got wide receiver Kyle Ford. I need to mark these off. So wide receiver, we are good there. Mark that off. Corner, I wanted 2, and there are the 2. There's Gutierrez. Nice. That worked out perfectly. Athlete, Kyle Little. I think he's a future halfback, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken him with somebody else, but a kid out of Wyoming. Really excited to have him. Here is our future starting quarterback, possibly Scott Peoples. That's a good name. Out of Washington, we got a tackle. I did put that somewhere. No, I actually didn't have that on there. That's good. Quarterback, so we got that 1. That's good. Guard, I wanted at least 2, and actually I got it down to nothing. Good deal. So we got 2 guards. Kicker, we got our kicker. That's awesome. Let me mark that off. Then we got, all right, good deal. So I need a halfback, center, a defensive end, a strong safety, and a free safety. That's my ideal scenario. So let's go up to current targets. Let's take out the ones who committed elsewhere. Like, here's this guard, McGill. So was there 2 McGills we was going after? I must have had one committed. I must have been going after 2 McGills. Maybe I was looking at the right. Oh, the Hayes kid went to Kentucky. Dang it. That stinks. We had a positive pitch. No, we didn't have a positive pitch, did we? We're back out of that. So only 2 of them. That's not too bad. So let me go back to the very top. So a corner. Let me see. We got a defensive ends. We got athletes, another receiver, a quarterback, and some more athletes. So I'm actually okay with keep going after all of these guys. You can't have too many corners. Again, I want to run a lot of dime if I can help it. We got a positive pitch on Tatum. Defensive end, we need to figure out what he's into. Let's go coach prestige there. Wide receiver Charles Williams. Yes. Positive pitch. Athlete. Yes. I'm going to do 8 for now. Positive pitch for this kid. Yes. And quarterback. Yes. We got positive pitches on a bunch of these dudes, which is great. We just need them to commit. Let's do coach style for this kid. Figure out what he's into. Morrow, we know he's got positive pitch. And that is it. So now what we got to do is go back to instant prospects. And I just need to see here. So I know guard, we got 2 commit. We got 5. I think that's good. We got 5 tackles total. We got 2 centers. Look at my defensive ends. I'm going after 2. We would get up to 5. Outside linebacker, we're good there. Corner, we got 3. So we got 5 corners. I know free safety is a problem. Strong safety. So a free safety, a strong safety, and a halfback. But we're already going after a few athletes. As you see here, we're going after 4 total. We got 1 committed. I think one of those are going to be a halfback of some sort. But you come down here, I'm just going to check, just make sure I didn't miss anything. Actually, let me go back to all prospects. Let me go to athlete. I'm going to speed this up. This is the area where I just got to check to make sure my athlete situation or my halfback situation's a possibility. Like this 3-star kid out of Tennessee, but he's that really heavy, slow guy. Okay, I just wanted to make sure on that. Let me go back to instant prospects. And we still got some other dudes to look at here. So we're good at quarterback. I'm going to mark off this young kid. We don't need him. Mays, he committed elsewhere. Wide receiver, we're good. We got 7 dudes, and we're already going after another one. So I'm going to mark off all these other receivers we don't need. Tackle, we got Dickinson, I think it's his last name. Jackson, I'm way off on that one. Let's go to that tackle. I'm pretty sure. Is he on here, or do we already have him on the list? He's not on there, so okay, don't have to worry about that. McGill already committed elsewhere. The center situation, there is Jackson. There he is. And there, yep, this is the kid right here. Kid out of Michigan. Would love to have him. Let's go ahead and do location for him. How many scholarships do I have left? I got 1 scholarship, so I'm doing okay on that front. Let's go to defensive end, and it was Logan was his last name. Let's go down here. And I'm not seeing him anywhere, unless I just wrote down the wrong name. It's possible. Let me scout some of these dudes, because we need some more help here. I know we're going after a couple other guys. Kid out of Connecticut, 4.69. California, we looked at him, 4.78. It's not too bad. Ooh, oh, okay. I didn't know this guy even had a positive pitch. Yeah, let's just go after him. I wish he was a little faster, but I guess beggars can't be choosers. So I think I'll be done at defensive end. We got Gutierrez. He committed, if I'm not mistaken. Bo Gutierrez. Mark him off. And last thing is just a free safety and another strong safety. That'd be ideal. So let's go back up here. Is there an S. Jones anywhere to be found? Come down here. There he is. Boom. Kid out of Ohio, 4.41. Oh, man. I'm out of scholarships. So who do I have on scholarship that I can take off? Actually, let's wait. I think we can maybe wait another, because we got a bunch of positive pitches I need to max out. So let's go. Let's do 16. I got to do 16 for the rest of these. And we had several on here. I'm going to do that. These matter more. Then hopefully some of these guys will clear up some space. Like, there you go. Now we're down to 2 points. We got to put that on somebody. We can do that for like this athlete. Okay, now we're down to 0 points. That was super quick. All right, we got 1 more week of recruiting. There is our second quarterback, so we are officially done with that position. We got another athlete. Can't go wrong with those. We got a cornerback. I think we're officially done a corner. I think we've done a good job there. And we picked up another wide receiver, so we are loaded at wide receiver. So you go to current targets. And let me take out sort of that center that went somewhere else. Do we have anybody else here? Oh, both of those defensive ends. Oh, that's terrible. We're kind of, 3 defensive ends all went somewhere else. And there's an athlete that went somewhere else. So defensive end, how many scholarships? I got 5 scholarships left. I got 66 points. So what we're going to do, I got 1 guy that's on the list, like literally at this point. I'm going to do 16 for now for him. So the rest of our points, we got to go over to defensive end. As you can see, defensive end is a problem. For whatever reason, none of these guys want to commit. Let's go find somebody that I didn't scout any of those dudes. So we're going to have to, how many scholarships? I got 5 left. Well, I mean, I'd love to go after this guy. I'm going to do like 8 for him. Let's take a chance. Georgia, New Jersey, Connecticut, Canada. That's kind of tough. What do you do? I think we're just kind of stuck here. We may have to move a linebacker down. You know, Broussard's coming back, but of course I got to keep him in middle. That's tough. Let me go to free safety. I know that's still we got 2 on the roster. We're kind of okay there. This is more important, I guess, isn't it? Let me go ahead and put like 8 on this kid. Let's just go ahead and do like 8 here. And now we're down to 26 points. 4, 5, 8. I mean, I got to get some defensive ends. So there we go. So we got, how many points up? We got 18 total points. So do I take a chance on use those other remaining points on getting another free safety or a strong safety, or do I just go after the guys I'm already going after? I think that's probably what I'll do. So you see right here, Morrow, I'm going to dump 30 on him. Now we're down to 4 points. I could take a chance on another safety. So let me go look at my returning players. Let's see what my biggest problem is. Is a free safety or strong safety? So Smiley's good. We don't have much of a backup. We're really hurting here, and we don't know if that one guy we got committed is going to be good enough. So I guess free safety is more important. So let's go back to interested prospects. Go one of these free safeties. Look at all these 4-star kids that wanted to come. Golly. But we did produce a good free safety in Thomas last year. Here's one, California, 448. Here's a JUCO kid. There's the Jones kid, but he just never materialized. I'm going to go ahead and just put the points on him. That's fine. I think we got a better chance than anybody else. All right, we're done. We got no more points. All right, let's finalize recruiting. The last commitment to the class, Chris Morrow, athlete out of Missouri, 6'3", 236. Who knows when he can play? We'll find out here in a little bit. All right, let's go check out our signings. So we picked up 3 athletes. These are always fun to go after. We'll see where they end up. Hopefully one of these guys can play halfback. That would be nice. The rest of them, we'll see. Quarterback, we got the 2 we wanted. I just wanted 2. I just needed somebody who can throw the ball, and both of these guys can do that, which is great. No halfback, that's a bit of a problem, but again, if one of those athletes can move over, we'll be fine. Wide receiver, we got more than what we needed. We got that 4-star kid from the regular season, Jake Porter. Then we picked up 6'2" kid out of Texas, Kyle Ford, and then Charles Williams, another Texas kid. So again, we're keeping the pipelines going. Tackle, we did get one, a 3-star kid, Siegel. 2 guards, a 4-star kid, in-state regular season dude, John Cox, and another one. So we're doing better at guard. We didn't pick up any center, but we're kind of okay at center. That wasn't a big name. This is my only worry. We went after 4 or 5 defensive ends, and none of them committed, not even close. So we'll see what we'll do about that. Defensive tackle, we did pick up 1 dude, which is good. So we're loaded at defensive tackle. Outside linebacker, no, we didn't need any. We didn't need any middle linebackers, but we did pick up one of the 4-star kids. So excited about him. Cornerback, you see here, we got 4 corners, which is great. I need a lot of corners because we run a lot of matchup defense. You go 4 wide, I'd love to go dime on you, things of that nature. So we did pick up 3 dudes. That is awesome. And all 3 of these guys can move a little bit. Look at this, 4.33, 4.39, 4.29, 4.26. Awesome. And a lot of those guys are going to be playing next year, more than likely. We did pick up a free safety. Hopefully, he may be our day 1 starter. We'll see. Either that or one of those athletes. No strong safety, but that's okay. Kicker, we done good. We picked up the number 1 kicker in the country, which is great. He's our 4-year starter. Really excited to have Vernon, Washington. That sounds very presidential. Mount Vernon, Washington. That's awesome. But he's from Utah. Punter, no, we didn't need one. All right, so we picked up quite a few here. Now, what we're going to do is go to top classes. Look at here, LSU, Penn State. So my old team is still going strong, of course. Them and Oklahoma played in the national title game. Oklahoma won the whole thing, as they should have, and they brought in an amazing class. I'm going to just go down here. Where are we? Ooh, look, we're in top 25. We're 18th. We got 3 4-stars, a bunch of 3-stars, and that is it. But we picked up 19 dudes, so I may have to cut a handful of guys. We'll see what happens with that. All right, I think we're done with recruiting. I'm going to finalize that. And now I think we're on to position changes. Let's head right into it. So we got, oh, awesome. We got 69 players. I don't have to cut a soul. I love that. That worked out perfectly. So look at our quarterbacks. Let's look at the 2 guys we did pick up. Look at this. Scott Peoples, 78 overall. Then we got Mark Dean, 78 overall. Neither one can run the ball much, but I needed an arm more than anything else. And you look at their arms, 91 and 85 and 88 and 85. One of those guys are going to be our future starter, but not next year because we got the big bad dude coming back, Big John Rollins. Really excited. Then we got Fowler right behind him. Needless to say, we are good at quarterback. Halfback, we got Moore as our starter next year unless somebody else can help out. But look, it's not a good situation. We're kind of hurting. Now you see why I needed some halfbacks. But we threw the ball so much, and we had 4 coming back. I probably should have cut one of these before we moved into the offseason, but that's neither here nor there. Fullback, we don't use them, but we got bodies there. Wide receiver, we did pick up somebody. Let's see, we picked up a few. Kyle Ford, that's a good pickup. Look at that, 76 overall, 90 speed. Can he catch? 80 on the catch. Good job. We also picked up Jake Porter. This is the 4-star kid, got the same speed, and his catch is a little bit less than Ford. Then we also picked up, if I'm not mistaken, Charles Williams. 72 overall, 93 speed. Looks like a good little special teams guy for a first year or 2, but he can't catch all that well. Hopefully he can get better at that. But we got a bunch of receivers. We may have to spread out a little bit more than usual depending on our halfback situation. Tight end, we didn't have to pick up anybody new. Let's go to tackle. We did pick up somebody. I think it was, yes, Javin Siegel, just a 72 overall. He will redshirt. Guard, we picked up a couple. We picked up Pat Smith, 74 overall. We also picked up John Cox as well. This was the 4-star kid. Now he's a 72 overall. So what does that tell you? Those stars don't mean a whole lot. You go to center. We didn't pick up anybody new. Actually, I need to look at position changes really quick. I didn't think about this. So you look at tackles. So White is our starting right tackle. Left tackle will more likely be Chris Simmons. I just want to make sure I got where yes, I'm actually okay with all that. What about the guards? I need this guy to be a left guard. It doesn't matter which one's the left or the right, honestly, but I do need to move. Right. Who is going to be... I think we may redshirt Cox out of all that. All right, so center, we're good there. Okay, defensive end. Yeah, this is a problem. Hopefully one of those guys, those athletes can move over, and we only have these two. I need the speedster at the left side, so that's good. We got the bigger one on the right. We just need more help there. So defensive tackle, all these guys are super slow. None of these can play defensive end, but we're good at defensive tackle. Again, we run a 5-2, so I like what I'm seeing there, but I just want to make sure. Let's see, defense tackle. We did pick up somebody, didn't we? There he is, Michael Montgomery, 68 overall. He'll play eventually, but he won't have to next year. It's a good problem to have for him. So when it comes to a 5-2, I need all lefty outside linebackers. I need all outside linebackers to be left outside linebackers. That's why all these are lefties. We didn't pick up anybody new there. We didn't need to. Middle linebacker, we did pick up Javon Higgins. That's a good little pickup, 72 overall, 82 speed. Again, I need speed at everywhere on defense. One of these guys may have to play defensive end, so I got to be mindful of that. So who could play down there? I need some strength and some speed. One of these middle will probably go down. So Broussard is back. That's awesome. This guy, 78, 84 speed, 225. I can't move a true freshman. This guy will never see the field next year. That's tough. That's really tough. Let me fool with the athletes first, and then we may come back to this and move somebody to the defensive end. Cornerback, so this was a good haul for us. So we got Chad Smith. He's going to be our best one. The problem is he can't play next year. We picked up a bunch of other young guys, though. All these freshmen right here and young guys. Here's another freshman right there. So all of them look to be about the same, which is fine. I didn't expect a whole lot from a bunch of 3-star kids, but at least we got bodies here, and they're all really young, which is good. Free safety. We did pick up this kid, a 68 overall, 88 speed, though, but his awareness is terrible. So we're going to really be hurting here unless one of those guys can move over. It'd be cool if one of these guys could play free safety at 65. I'm just going to check and see. 65. You got to be careful when you're moving around like a freshman, though. Like this kid right here, 68, 90 speed. I actually may need to move that one over, to be honest. Like this sophomore right here could be a pretty good free safety for us. I don't think he'll have to play much this year. Unless I'm missing somebody. 85 speed, 68. I'm going to move one of these over. I'll probably move the sophomore. I'm a little worried about moving a freshman. I think it gets really wonky when you move a freshman to another position. Like Mason would be ideal, probably. I don't need the fastest dudes in the world there. 6 feet, 85. His awareness is excellent, though. Let me just move this sophomore over the free. Actually, let me just wait. Let's look at those athletes. I forgot. Let's look at the athletes after that. So we got the junior Smiley. Hopefully doesn't get hurt next year. And we got a senior backup behind him. Our kicker, true freshman, is 72 overall. He was the best kicker in the class, but he's just a 72 overall. Either way, it doesn't matter. He's our starter for the next 4 years. And we got our 2 punters. So let's look at these athletes. All right, David Murphy, 90 speed. What can he play? It's not halfback. He could play receiver. How big is he? 6 feet, 192. He ain't going to play tight end, that's for sure. Can he play defense? There we go. He could play corner. He could play free safety or strong safety. A 90 speed. I'll probably put him at free safety. That's his best position. He could play corner, but we have a ton of corners. He could be a really good wide receiver. Look at that catch, 86. Golly. But I need him at free safety more than anything else. Because look at our free safety situation. That's a problem. Hopefully Carter can build up. But look, even if Carter really blew up in the training, look at his speed. He's super slow. That worries me. I need speed. But we got plenty of receivers. You look at all these receivers we have. I think we're going to be fine. So I'm going to go and put Murphy at free safety. I think that's the best position for him at the moment. He's a day one starter at the moment. All right, Chris Morrow. Here's a kid. Let's see what he can do. He's a fullback. All right, 80 there. How big is he? 6'3", 236. This guy could probably play tight end. He's a 72 there. Probably a defensive end. That's a big area of need for us, so we're going to put him probably a defensive end just by looking at all this. So what's his speed? It's 76. Let me look at my defensive ends. We know where he's going in there, so he's a little bit of a speedster, so I'm going to put, I'm going to put this guy right end, and we're going to go back to Morrow, and we're going to put him at left end. So you go back to defensive end. My two starters, more than likely, is going to be one of these two. It more likely be McKenzie because he's going to get some training and whatnot. But I need some speed at the left end and have the bigger dudes on the right. So I think I'm okay with that. So that worked out really good. So what about the other? So we're hit 2 for 2 on our athletes. Both these guys are going to play a lot for us at one point. And then we have, let me look, freshman, sophomore, and then we got Little. Please be a halfback. 68, kind of doable. Excellent fullback, pretty good tight end. How big is he? 6'1", 206. He ain't playing tight end. Could be a linebacker, corner, free safety, strong. He could be, wow, he's a little bit of everything. So where do you put him? He's got 80 speed. That's too slow for me to play any safety position. He can't catch. But you look at our halfback situation, he would be our 5th best guy, so that ain't going to work out well, is it? And he's just got 80 speed, so he's not a halfback. They say he could play tight end, but he can't even catch and he's too small, so he can't do that. I'm not putting him at fullback because we don't use him. I think he's a linebacker. I think that's where he's at. So what I may do, so he could play inside or out. Doesn't matter which one. So what I may do is put him like maybe a middle and then move one of my better middle linebackers down the defensive end. I think that's the best way to go. So you look here, am I seeing, let's see, middle linebacker. I think that's probably the best way to go there. Like this kid right here may be a good defensive kind of sort. I don't know. These guys are really big enough to do it. I know I don't need a ton of height or size there. That's tough. It really is. You can look at our outside linebacker position. None of these guys are big enough to really go down low either. This guy's a future starter for us. So I think what I may do is put this guy at middle linebacker. Nothing else really makes sense for him. We'll go put him at middle. And I'm going to move. So we need to use Sanders as best as possible. So what I've thought about doing is either keep him there and move Broussard down the defensive end. I'm just trying to think for the future. Because if I move Sanders down, we won't have a good middle linebacker for next year. But if we keep Sanders there, he could be a 2-year starter there, and I can move Broussard down the defensive end. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to put this guy at left end. Sanders can start. Look, 85 overall. That's going to be a really good player for us. So you go down the defensive end. Broussard should really skyrocket up from there. And then from here, I think I may move this true freshman to right end. So we're going to take a chance there. I think Broussard's going to be like a 99 overall defensive end by the time all that's said and done. All right, so I think we've done a good job with all of our athletes. We got lucky in all three. I think all of them can really help us out. It looks like they're all defensive players. All right, let's move on to the next phase. It is time for some training. We put a lot of points in the training. Since we can't recruit the best players in the world, we can at least try to train them to be the best in the world. Let's start off with quarterback. So everybody went up pretty well. Fowler went up 4. Johnson went up 4. Rollins went up a couple. But I'm going to sort this by overall. And look at there. Fowler's going to be a great backup for us behind Rollins. Great shape at quarterback. Halfback, everybody and their brother went up either 2 or 4. Of course, your best one goes up the least amount. Fullback, don't have to worry about those. Wide receiver, Daughtery went up 4. Thomas, let's see, Walker went up 4. Jackson, you got to remember Walker was our backup tight end. He maybe actually play some actual receiver for us this year, just depending. Tight end there, speaking of, Neal went up 4. That's good. Baker went up 4. Look at our left tackle, 2. Left guard, 2. 1 for the right guard. We got a right tackle that went up 6 for Chris Ford. Good for him. That's a redshirt freshman. Defensive end, Salerga Broussard. There he is, 99 overall. So we use the linebacker situation where you can move one down to defensive end, and now he may be the best defensive end in the country. I thought that was a good move because we're going to have some help at middle linebacker. You look at the defensive tackles, everybody went up a little bit there. Outside linebacker, I don't know who's going to start. It will be either Alford or Burton more than likely. Middle linebacker, I thought this was the wise decision. If I would have moved Sanders instead of Broussard, we would have had no great middle linebacker for next year, the year after, I mean. But now we got Sanders starting at middle linebacker for the next 2 years. So that worked out perfectly. So Sanders really excited about seeing what he can do this year. Let's see, cornerback, 3 corners that came back. So we got Smith. Is this the one? Is this the kid that transferred, if I'm not mistaken? He's an 80. Yes, he's the one that transferred over. He ain't going to be able to play this year. I like his number, though, number 7. Free safety. He went up 2. Carter, I guess he'll be our starter next year unless we got that athlete that's going to take over. Smiley's going to be great for us if he could just stay healthy. He went up 4. None of our kickers went up, of course, and we got our 2 punters only went up a couple. All right, let's move on to the next phase. The good news to cutting players is we don't have to. We got 69 dudes. I don't have to move a single soul. Now, one thing I've thought about doing is at halfback. We got 4 here. One of them's going to be gone. Which one? It's going to be more. We're going to have to probably do some in-season recruiting for some halfbacks if I had to guess. So this is going to be our big weakness on the offense. We'll figure something out. I mean, we done fine with Moore, but the problem is you look at their catch rating. I guess him and Whitaker are going to be our number 1 and number 2. So the offense may not change all that much. But either way, it's just something for us to think about. But otherwise, I'm not going to drop anybody. I don't want to cut unless I absolutely have to, and I don't have to. So we are going to move on to the next phase. Here we are with our final roster heading into our second preseason with Iowa State. And we're going to look at the roster one more time before our legends go. So you look here, we got a couple dudes in the 90s. So Broussard moved up to a 99 overall. I fully expected that. He's just an absolute stud at defensive end. Was great for us in middle linebacker. And we do got another one, right tackle in Wade White. The rest of these dudes are like in the 80s and such. But let's go to quarterback. Starting off, John Rollins, impact guy, as he should be. He's a Heisman winner, and he decided to come back. Maybe we can win back-to-back. That would be really cool. Let's go look at some uniform numbers for these players. So freshman, a number 2, Mark Dean. I like that. What about people? 17, that looks pretty cool. I'll let him keep it. Halfback, we did pick up a freshman, an athlete, if I'm not mistaken. Whitaker, no, we didn't move anybody to halfback. That's right. None of them were good enough. I forgot. So nothing really changed here, but Moore and Whitaker will more likely be our number 1 and number 2 guys. Fullback, we don't have to worry about either one of those. Wide receiver, let's see, Kyle Ford, number 23. That is a really cool number for a wide receiver. That's an odd number. I'm going to let him keep it. What about the other guys? Tommy Miller, he's number 9. Of course, he was last year. He was our freshman return guy. He'll probably do the same thing this year. So normally I would give a really special number to like a really outstanding freshman, but I don't remember getting any outstanding dudes this go around. I could be wrong, but here's a 74 dude, Jake Porter, 83, he can keep it. 88, Mark Jackson, he was already on the team. See, Charles Williams, 87 overall, he can keep it. Tight end, we need to pick up anybody new there. Tackle, these guys usually have normal numbers, like Javin Siegel got 77. You look at guard, our offensive line needs to really do well next year because we're going to be in a world of hurt. And you go back, senior and a junior. We got 2 starter seniors at guard. We did pick up these 2 guys, 73 and 74, Pat Smith and John Cox. We didn't pick up any new guys at center, but we got a true sophomore there. Defensive end, Broussard, of course. And we didn't pick up anybody new except Morrow. He's an athlete. Number 97, just 74 overall. He can keep that. That's fine. I don't see anything about him that makes him look super special. Defensive tackle, we did pick up Montgomery. He's 90. That's fine by me. Outside linebacker, we didn't pick up anybody new. You see right here, these 2 guys are going to compete for that outside linebacker position. Middle linebacker, that's Sanders' spot, of course. And we did pick up a couple of freshmen here. Jalvin Higgins, 46, and 47, Kyle Little. You go back to corner. Chad Smith, he ain't going to play this year, but I'm definitely going to redshirt him while he's got to sit out. Cox, number 15, that's fine. Number 6, Daniel Bridges. Let's see, 29, Laram, and then you got 34, Tim Kelly, and that is it. So what I may do, a couple of these young guys that got some really low numbers, like this kid right here, Daniel Bridges, I'm going to give him something different. No offense to him. I'm going to give him 36. You got to be special if you're going to get a really good number. That's just my thinking there. So here's Bo Gutierrez, number 4. He needs something else. No offense to him. I'm going to give him like 24. Is that available? 34? Nope. It was 4. So what about 22? Yeah, 2 plus 2 equals 4. That'll work. 22 is fine. But when you get down to the 19 and below, you need something better. It's like, here's Cox. Was he on the team last year? I should know this by now. I'm going to let him keep that one. Yeah. He's not a JUCO or nothing. All right, so I think we're good there. Free safety, we did pick up this guy, Sam Dodd, 45. This is going to be our toughest position, free safety. Our starter, I guess, is going to be Carter due to his speed, due to his awareness. But Dodd's got the speed of all of them, so I don't know. 45 seems kind of a really goofy number for a free safety. I'm going to give him something different. Instead of 45, give him like 25 or something. 45. How about, let's give him 19. I'm okay with that. Actually, no, that's a really good number. Let me go back. Was 29 available? Let's give him 39. 39 looks a little bit better, and I guess, than 45. But 39 is fine for a free safety, I guess. All right, strong safety. We didn't pick up anybody new. Kicker, 41. He can keep that number, and that is it. So that is it for our roster. It's going to be real exciting. The next video is the preseason video, and we're going to try to build this team up and see if we can win, another division title. Maybe we can do more. We got a lot of big-time seniors that are going to help us out this year. We only got 14 on the list, though, as you can tell. So maybe next year's recruiting class will be about the same size. We'll see. Either way, I'm excited, and I know you are as well. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.